This is why I don't watch football. This is why I don't watch soccer. This is why I don't watch basketball. Because hey, what's good, YouTube? What's good, potentials? What's good, sneaky gang? How y'all doing? Hey, if you don't know by now, you need to know. Hit the clip.
Hey, look at me dead in my eyes. I know that you know that a nigga ain't lying. Too much respect. All of my shorty BDs, they know not to try.
We back with another what? Another reaction video. Hey, hope y'all been sneaking and creeping, staying healthy and wealthy, have emotion and flowing like the ocean. Hey, we're gonna be reacting to the NBA exposed after multiple players arrested earlier today. I've seen too many things, so I was like, you know what, we gonna react to this or we gonna react to that. But I'm in this thing because, man, this place that I'm in is cold. Oh my gosh! So I had to put this thing on. But stay tuned for what I'm finna say at the end, and let's get into the clip. Hopefully this thing doesn't keep hitting the mic. But yeah, let's get into the clip. It's really cold. I had to put this on. Ooh, boy.
The NBA RICO just hit. Some of our favorite NBA players just got arrested by the FBI.
All right, we've got some breaking news for you. Miami Heat point guard Terry Rozier and Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups have been arrested in connection to an FBI sports gambling investigation. Next hour, we're expecting FBI Director Kash Patel to appear with the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York at a press conference announcing indictments involving surrounding those allegations. All right, CNN's Kara Scannell is joining us now with the latest. What are you learning about this? This just came in just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, these arrests just happened, and of course the Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, have been arrested. A third former NBA player is also charged. And what law enforcement officials tell us is that there are two separate schemes here. One involved like a game rigging scheme. That's involved Terry Rozier, and he allegedly provided information about who was playing in games, who might be on the injury list, to some of the sports bettors that he was involved with, and he benefited himself financially.
When I first heard about this RICO this morning, the first thing that came to my mind was something I've been saying for years. And if you watch this channel, you know I've been saying this, man. And that's when it comes to certain niggas, some niggas is never enough. Enough is never enough. A nigga will have 100 baddies, certified Instagram doms, and still try to plot you out your Idaho 6. That's just how they operate, bro. A nigga will have $100 million and still try to finesse you out of 8th.
Yep.
That's just a fact. Okay? All right? You pull up to the mansion, he got the Rolls Royce outside, Bugatti outside, and try to get the 8th delivered, and he will still try to short you another 5 just because. That's just how some niggas operate, bro. Terry Rozier ain't no different. Terry Rozier is up $100 million. $100 million. And he's still illegally gambling for a couple $100,000. So apparently what Terry Rozier did, Terry Rozier was...
That's why I never understand people in greed, bro. You have all this money, all this light. You're playing basketball for the National Basketball Association. That's what NBA stands for. And you have the audacity to go and scam with the Mafia? Chauncey Billups, I'm ashamed of you, bro. For real. I have respect for you, but now I don't have no respect, and I'm ashamed of you. Both NBA players, and the third, hopefully we'll find out who the third is, but y'all is doing this when y'all is making millions on millions and millions. Some people can't even touch a milli, and y'all scamming to just get more money? God, what type of greed, what type of mindset do you have to have for this greed? Like, for real, bro, I don't understand this. Why are you guys scamming? You guys have hundreds, millions of dollars just playing a sport that everybody would love to play. They would love to play if they got the chance to step in on the floor to just play for one time and just get 200,000 to 500,000. They would. And y'all did it, and still you all went to scamming. For real, what?
Working with a group of guys. Apparently, these were like mafiosos, mobsters, as well as some friends. He told them, hey, I'm going to leave this game early. Take the under. They all gambled on Terry Rozier's under, and they made a lot of money. They made so much money, they personally delivered $200,000 to Terry Rozier, and they counted it that night at his home.
First, I would like to talk about United States versus Ernest, the NBA basketball gambling case. The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player. Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jonte Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information.
In some instances, players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity. As a result of this investigation, 6 defendants, including Rozier, are now facing conspiracy to commit bank and wire fraud. In a second case, Operation Zen Diagram, investigators uncovered a long-running scheme in which members and associates of several well-known organized crime families rigged high-stakes poker games across the country. These operatives include...
Terry Rozier has made $160 million in his career. Terry Rozier was set to make $26 million this year. Terry Rozier made $24 million.
I'm not going to lie to y'all. But anybody that did prize picks, underdog, fantasy, y'all probably lost a whole lot of money because dude decided to say, bro, this is why I kept saying when it came to betting on players, I did not trust it one bit. And even when I studied the science and had a dream of becoming a lifetime bettor and having all this cash to actually train other bettors, which was my idea, I still didn't trust the game. And you know why? Because how is it that somebody will get sit out for a lousy foul that got them a lousy injury that doesn't look like an injury? So much, what is it called? Rigging of the game. It's like you can't even. This is why I don't watch football. This is why I don't watch the NBA, because of this type of nonsense. He sat out when he's not injured so that people can make money. And whoever knew about it was making money. And then on top of that, whoever knew about it that was making money gave him a payout. After this, bro, he's never playing in the NBA ever again. He can go to jail and think he's going to come out and play for them. No. You screw up like that in an organization, a big organization like the NBA, you're done. But what my point is? My point is, this is why I never did betting games. The people that betted for him to play and be on top of the top first off the bench or even starting, they lost their money. And this is why I had a homie say to me, "Oh, bro, I think the game is rigged, bro. Cause I think the betting thing is rigged, bro. Cause how is it this person's in the game, all of a sudden they say he's sitting out, and they only pay me half, or they take all my money? Bro, this is why I don't bet, bro. Dude literally robbed like over 1 million people. Y'all think this, bruh? Y'all think this is bad? No, it's not bad because was scamming with the mafia or scamming people out their pockets. It's bad because it makes the NBA look bad. It's bad because he actually scammed millions of people in the United States, people out of the United States, people in different countries. That's why it's so bad. It's not because, oh, it's just him and he got a payout. No, the deal is sealed. His fate is sealed. He's cooked. He's cooked. He's done.
Last year, and $23 million the year before that, and $21 million the year before that, which apparently when he made $21 million with the Hornets, that's when he did this. This cannot be about money, bro. I refuse to believe that this dude would risk $100 million for $200,000, because apparently that's how much they brought to him, and they counted and they gave it to him. You are making $20 million. This cannot be about money. I refuse to believe it. What I believe it's about, he did some shady business with the mobster, with the mafia, right, with the Italian mob. Because when you watch the press conference, they said, yo, the mafia was making these dudes do this. They was in bed with the... First off, bro, you make $100 million and you still want to get yourself involved with criminals? Bro, what?
What?
You lived with criminals your entire life when you was broken in the hood. Why would you want to get involved with criminals again when you up $100 million?
He's addicted.
You know who I don't want to be around? You know who I don't want to talk to? Criminals, if I got $100 million in my pocket. What is wrong with you niggas, man?
3 of the named defendants are charged for their alleged roles in both schemes. This alleged illegal gambling operation hustled unwitting victims out of tens of millions of dollars and created a financial pipeline for La Cosa Nostra to help fund and facilitate their organized criminal activity.
There was 2 indictments announced today. First indictment you just heard about. The NBA players that were leaving games early and gambling, right? Engaging in illegal gambling. Then there was another indictment for illegal poker games, and not just illegal poker games where, y'all just playing in your basement. No. Poker games that are high stake, that are illegal with no license, but also they were scamming, cheating, and finessing people out of millions of dollars. And according to the indictment and the documents, Chauncey Billups was one of the people who was engaging in this illegal poker scheme to scam and defraud people out of millions of dollars. But the stupidest part about all of this, bruh, is these dudes weren't even doing it for themselves. These dudes weren't finessing millions of dollars and keeping all the profit. No, because Chauncey Billups is an NBA coach. He makes multi-million dollars each and every year. Chauncey Billups was finessing and scheming millions of dollars on behalf of the mafia, and he was getting a little cut of it. But what they did was they would use the face of Chauncey Billups, and they would say, hey, listen, we the mafia, bro. We the mob, bro. Like, if we tell people, hey, we doing a poker game, they say, yeah, okay, buddy. We not joining that poker game. It's not happening. We not about to come and play, bro. Y'all not credible. But if we say, yo, Chauncey Billups is hosting a poker game, this NBA player is hosting a poker game, that would attract poker professionals. That would attract the pros and novices to come, and they want to play poker with Chauncey Billups, and they're willing to bet because you have an aura of legitimacy to you. Chauncey Billups signed up, say, yeah, use my name. I'll be there. I'll do it, and I'll get a cut of it. So you risk losing your multi-million-dollar NBA coach.
These NBA players is a bunch of goofies. You mean to tell me you're making all this money, and yet you want to go to the mafia to do what? So that you can lose who you are already? lose all the money, bro. See, like how he said, it's not about money. But see, God, I don't understand, bro. This is what I mean by saying you have to think of the consequences before you do something. I'm not gonna go outside and kill 30 chickens and let the farmer look at me like it's all right. He's gonna want to take the shotgun and put it to my dome. Like, bro. Like, what y'all was just thinking the NBA not gonna find out? And it's the FBI, it's the FBI. The FBI don't play. Why you think people running away from doing taxes or doing illegal things? Because once the FBI crack down on people with money, you're done. You think that we're not gonna add up the numbers and say, oh, this and that? Go look at my video with the McDonald's with Uncle Larry. Uncle Larry. Bruh. McDonald's went $30 million down because of Uncle Larry scamming, doing Monopoly games. You all don't really know why the Monopoly games disappeared and why it's back. Y'all say, oh, Monopoly. Some of us in this world is so lost. And it's hurting me to the fact that sometimes I look at y'all in the face and say, damn, if only they knew. If only they knew. I kind of hurt myself down there, man. Ooh, I'm trying to just talk it off and just watch the clip, but it's hurting so bad. If only y'all knew. Chauncey Billups, for the fact that you even know that this is even bad, why the hell only a dumb A would want his name and face to be on the front cover of something that could cause his life and career in jeopardy? You're dumb. You're dumb. I'm sorry. If I was to look you in your face and tell you and maybe get socked, I wouldn't care. You're stupid and dumb, bro. With your gullible face. You're stupid, bro.
Ocean career, and you made $100 million in your NBA career for a cut of a couple million?
Stupid.
Now joining NBA Today, ABC News Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky. Aaron, thank you so much for staying with us here on NBA Today. What more can you tell us about what Chauncey Billups is being accused of?
Yeah, Sinead, Chauncey Billups, according to federal prosecutors, was the lure, the Mafia allegedly paying him for his celebrity to attract high rollers to poker tables in the Hamptons, in Las Vegas, in Miami, and right here in Manhattan, so they would gamble, so they would play poker. What those people didn't know was that everyone else at the table was in on the scam because the games were rigged. Chauncey Billups was known as a face card because the Mafia allegedly used his face to lure in these unsuspecting victims. The victims themselves were called fish, as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York explained in Brooklyn a short while ago.
The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator.
Guys, for 1 penny down, you can walk home with a computer, laptop, camera, anything.
I ain't gonna lie, that is cold. But yeah, what did y'all really think that was gonna happen? Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier, I lost respect for you, bro. Used to play in the Boston Celtics. Now you're playing in Miami. You was playing alongside with Jimmy Butler. You was playing alongside with Jaylen Brown. I lost respect for you, bro. I lost respect. Chauncey Billups too, man. You an OG, an old head. I don't have no respect for you at all, bro. I'm sorry. I don't. What, bro? Y'all professional NBA players. Did you think those people that were professional pokers, blackjack? Excuse my language, but no, excuse what I said. Blackjack. What's it called? Poker, spades. Did y'all think them professional people wouldn't know? They've been in the game so long. They've been playing. They've been practicing what they love to do. And you think they wouldn't know? Like, what? You think someone is just gonna come and cross you up a few times? You're gonna fall on your butt, and then you get up on the third time and they try to cross you up, and you wouldn't know what type of moves they're using? No, you would know, so that you don't fall, you don't get crossed, so he don't go to the basket. Y'all run this multiple times thinking they wouldn't know. To cheat these people, you know why the FBI even got involved? Y'all could have gone underneath the radar if it was just regular people. But since it was professional people, y'all got caught. Because the professionals is not going down if it's not a fair game. If it's a fair game and they go down, well, they go down. But if it's not a fair game, they're not going down without it. They're not. So that's why they were like, let's look into these people. Who are these people? What do they do? Boom, boom, boom. They find out, in trouble. In trouble.
These rigged poker games have been going on, prosecutors say, since at least 2019, and it involved these altered shuffling decks, X-ray poker tables that could read cards that were face down. What? There were special glasses and contact lenses that enabled players in on the scam to know what the victim's cards were. What? And other technology brought to bear. The victim, Shanae, had no chance at winning these games. They lost millions of dollars. And since the mob was involved, prosecutors say if the victims couldn't or wouldn't pay, that's when violence was used to make sure they did.
It wasn't even good at hiding it. It was only a matter of time for the FBI to get involved. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even great at convincing the people they were scamming into believing that they wasn't being scammed. Because what would happen is these poker professionals, like the pros, they will go to these games thinking, man, I'm about to clean up, bro. Man, bro, I'm playing against who? Chauncey Billups? This guy and this guy and this guy? Bro, I'm playing against bums and amateurs. Man, I'm about to clean up, bro. Bro, here's $1 million. Let's run it. Let's get it. And they will go and they will lose. And these, like, poker professionals were losing to people who ain't even understand the rules of poker. Mm-hmm. Like, it was people who didn't even know what, like, Texas Hold'em was. Like, it was that bad.
Damn.
And these poker professionals was exposing Chauncey Billups in his ring, like, about a year or two ago. People were already hip to this in the poker community. And the fact that they kept on doing it until the FBI finally got involved and get them out of here shows, but hey, man, sometimes stupidity, like, the only answer for stupidity is punishment, bro.
Yeah.
This must have been like 5 years ago, 2019-ish, I think.
Damn.
4 years ago. Where there was this game. It started in LA and then it came to Vegas for a few days. And it was all built around Chauncey Billups. And I had heard about the game. And the person who told me about it was like, look, I know the game runners. I'm telling you 100% this game is on the up and up. And I was like, well, I know a lot of the people that are involved, and I'm telling you 100% that it is not on the up and up.
Yeah.
And, we kind of went back and forth, and I agreed that, like, I just wasn't going to go play it. But I had some friends who went and played it both in LA and in Vegas. And it obviously, like, was for sure confirmed to be cheated. Mm-hmm. Like, people who clearly didn't even understand the rules of No Limit Hold'em are just like jamming hundreds of big blinds in with like a gutty and then just drilling it. Yeah. Only the pros are losing. Like,
how is it figured out? Like, it just
I can't remember if this was the game where
over the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That was Pierce.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still. I mean, it's not like Chauncey and Pierce don't know each other. You know, I feel like it's probably the same crowd overlapping there, but maybe not. Either way, it was basically confirmed amongst all of the pros that the game was cheated, but there was just no recourse.
Gotcha.
And they got absolutely flayed.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no recourse in a lot of these situations.
Well, it's tough too whenever you're dealing with somebody like high profile like that because they carry a lot of weight and hold a lot of power. So all you can do is like kind of unite together and threaten to publicly out him or extort him in some sort of capacity. In which case, good luck.
Yeah.
It's like this guy beat rape charges. You think he cares about you calling him a cheater?
Yeah, I mean, and like from other aspects, like most people that are cheating, they come prepared for a situation when it does happen. So like, you just can't really out them when they're there. You don't want to call it out in public. Like,
what was crazy to me is that that some of the guys that I'm friends with that played the game like kept going back, not fully.
Because, bro, the reason why they kept going back, and this is why I say y'all kind of played into this too. The minute you played 2 games, 3 games, and saw something was wrong, you should have called it out right away. Say, this is cheating. You guys are cheating. There's no way I'm losing. You don't even know how to do this. You don't even know how to do that. There's no way. What's wrong with the cards? Look at the cards and say, it's all the same. You're cheating. The fact that you all kept going back to try to beat the person and keep losing, that right there should have questioned. Right there. Is something wrong with the deck of cards they're using? Is something wrong with them? Do they all know each other? Why are all 3 of us losing and the other 2 people winning and the dealer? Or why are us 2 losing and everybody else on the table is winning and the dealer? If you couldn't answer that question for yourself and actually question what's going on, then you played a part to be a fool inside a foolery thing. I'm not gonna be a fool and ride down the road with my bike knowing it's just a car lane. If I get hit, that is on me. I'm not gonna go back to the same day and do it again after I got hit. Unless I want to really injure myself and actually die in the process. Because the fact that y'all was going back to the same place so that you can try to win and get your money back, that is buffoonery. That is buffoonery to me. I'm sorry, it is. And I don't want you to say, you got to feel bad. They were cheating. I only feel like how Bush said, you get fooled once. You get fooled twice again. You can't get fooled twice again. Because you already know. You seen it the first time you lost. Why continue? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
You convinced? Like, just like, these guys are so bad, man. They're so bad. It's like, yeah, they know what's coming, man.
If it only took the average person a game or 2 to figure out y'all was scheming, frauding, and scamming, y'all thought y'all was going to get away with this for how much longer? And the fact that an NBA head coach, the fact that somebody who's making millions of dollars already will put themselves in this position for what,
sad,
bro?
It's so sad. I don't know why.
I don't understand exactly what the upside to this is. Right? Now, Terry Rozier, fortunately, wasn't dumb enough to engage in this, but for Chauncey Billups, bro, what is it? Now, the worst part about this entire scandal, this entire crime ring with Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier was apparently when it came to Terry Rozier and the NBA, the NBA was complicit. The NBA knew Terry Rozier was cheating. They knew that their players were rigging games, but they swept it under the rug.
Absolutely right, Rich. The NBA at some point is going to have to explain why Terry Rozier was allowed to keep playing. And I just want to point something out. The sports books caught the irregular betting on Terry Rozier the day it happened, the morning it happened, when all of a sudden there was hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in on Terry Rozier unders for a relatively meaningless game in March, involving the Charlotte Hornets. The sports books caught it. They told the NBA right away, and guess what? The NBA, Rozier didn't play the rest of the season, and he had faked the injury, so it wasn't because of the injury. The NBA pulled him. They pulled Jonte Porter too. They flagged Jonte Porter and pulled Jonte Porter. The NBA's measures, their protection measures, the sportsbook's protection measures triggered this. They caught it. The issue, I think, is Jonte Porter. They caught.
I've never been a gambler. I've never engaged in gambling. I don't do it. I don't like wasting money. I don't like ruining money. I don't do it much. But for a lot of you dudes, right, like sports bettors, whatever you call yourselves, man, y'all don't, man, good luck, bro. Right? This y'all, I know y'all always have an excuse when y'all lose big. Like, what? Wembanyama didn't get 10 rebounds? What the fuck?
Yup.
He was at 9 rebounds and they took him out. Now y'all know that the NBA is rigging games. And
I've been saying it for years, bro. Don't worry. When this is over with, I finna explain what I was seeing from last year, 2 years ago, from 3 years ago. Don't worry. I got this. Hold up. I'm glad they said this. I knew something was wrong with sports betting. I just knew. And that's why I didn't get into it fully.
Adam Silver and the NBA is complicit. When they know players is rigging games, all they do is say, hey, man, you made it too obvious, bro. You got to sit out the season. Well, you could still play the next season. Just sit out this season. What? Because Terry Rozier was able to go to the Miami Heat and still play the full season. And there's clips from the Miami Heat that look like, this looks like it's kind of rigging games, bro. Right? He's playing just weirdly, bro. Like, he's flopping all over the place, dropping balls. Like all of a sudden forgetting how to handle the ball. Man, listen, man. Yo, the NBA got to get fined. Or arrest Adam Silver, too. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about.
I done told y'all times without number. I even tell homies, I'm like, you know what, bro? I think this is rigged. Oh, no, bro. You just don't know ball knowledge. Oh, bro, you just don't know how to put your money in the right players. Bro, why was it that when I would vote for Kyrie to do something well, bro would play A? Then when I put him down because he played A in the last game, he would play good. The bro was doing it consistently too. Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Consistently, he was doing a pattern throughout the whole playoffs. And they do this throughout the playoffs, where you know you can make the most money, but then also lose the most money. When I seen it with Kyrie Irving, when I seen it with other players, when I seen it with other people on different teams too, that's when I stopped. I'm not doing no more. My homie's like, oh man, don't worry, bro. I'll help you, and all you gotta do is just pay me a little cut. I told him I'm not doing it no more. Because I witnessed how the hell can someone have 6 3-pointers? It's hot. All of a sudden, they stop shooting for the whole quarter. And then the next quarter, they're only making 2 to 3, and they're not even getting to the top that you need. That doesn't make no sense. So I wouldn't say Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier is the only ones that got caught in the mess. Yes, they were scamming professional pokers. But I feel like other NBA players that are sitting out when they don't need to be seated, or getting injured when they don't need to be injured, or not reaching a high percentage on points, they're in it too. Because you can't tell me you're at 20 points. You need 10 just to pass over my 25 points, 0.5. And you over here make 23 points, 0.5. and make 23 to 24 points, and you only need one or two more points, and you get sit out. It's fourth quarter, 5 minutes left, and you get sit out. Why? It doesn't make no sense. It just doesn't. And this is why a lot of people are gonna get mad at Stephen Curry's wife. She literally spoke it out on television when Stephen Curry lost. She said the game of the NBA or basketball is rigged. Stephen Curry kind of looked at her like, you can't be saying that. Secret code. You can't say it. You can't say the game is rigged. You just can't. But she was 100% right. This is why I don't watch football. This is why I don't watch soccer. This is why I don't watch basketball. Because 99% of the chance the game is rigged for the other team to win, or for your player not to score as many points, rebounds, steals, assists that he needs to do for you to actually win that bet. I swear. And now, I know that a lot of people are like, wow, this is wild and what the hell. But then you also have to understand. And this is the only reason why the rig is actually working and why it's still in effect. You cannot let Mr. Larry lose 5 to 8 bets and make Dom, let me just say, Dom or Travis win all the bets. Or, yeah, you just can't make them win all the bets. You just can't. Because if I'm voting for LeBron, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, what's his name, and John Morant, all these other players to just shoot threes, score these many points, I'm going to win every bet all the time. So this is why the rig works. This is why it works, because you gotta pull people down. You just have to. Because if you don't, people are gonna win. Then the FBI is gonna crack down on the NBA, saying, why is it that these, well, not on the NBA, but the apps, Prize Picks, fantasy, what's it called? Underdog. All these other apps, they're gonna crack down on them and say, why is people winning all this money? We have to keep them working 9 to 5. We cannot do this. Swear. Some of y'all don't want to hear the truth. I have to say it how it is. I just have to. I have to, because if I don't, then it's just like, what am I doing? Knowing something that can help people to save their money, but yet they're losing their money. That's. I would want someone to help me save my money than for me to lose my money because I love something and feel like it's genuine when it's really not. I'm just saying. But Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, y'all cooked. Y'all ain't coming back to the NBA. Y'all ain't playing in the NBA. And if y'all come back and play in the NBA, somehow the NBA is rigged. I'm calling it how it is. They're rigged if they let y'all come back. Coach, play, whichever one y'all trying to do. Rigged. But with that being said, potentials. Subscribe if you're new. Sneaky Game Potentials. Like the video? Yes. Comment down below to family, friends, cousins, brothers, aunties, and uncles. They need to know if they're doing these apps that have these rigging systems to win and bet on players even when they're injured or not injured. Share to your exes in the past, and exes that we hope that you don't have in the present or the near future. Because remember, Sneaky Game Potentials, we pray for success, not failure. But it's your boy Sneakywesti or Sneakywesti, however you want to say it. We both appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next reaction video. Peace. Yeah, man, them boys.
I swear she don't deserve it. Oh, it's still on my mind. She's still on my mind. Can we build it up, just to let it wash away? Tell me.